All praises to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who well, and likewise elders. Shalom to the elect, Lord willing. This video is edifying. And I was going through a paper and I see this, and I had to look on it online, and I found this thing here, and this let me just play the video, man. So
in an interview for the cover story of British GQ, the actress shared how she is coping following the death of her mother, Janelle Ann Kidman, who passed in September, almost 10 years after her father died in 2014. "I cry, I do. I consider myself open to emotions. More so now, even more so," she told the outlet before admitting that she wakes up in the middle of the night. Mortality, connection, life coming and hitting you, and loss of parents and raising children and marriage and all the things that go into making you a fully sentient human. I'm in all those places, so life is phew, she said, adding, "It's definitely a journey, and it hits you as you get older, how it's a wake up at 3 a.m. crying and gasping kind of thing, if you're in it and not numbing yourself to it, and I'm in it, fully in it," she said. The Big Little Lies star's mother's death.
So basically, this damn Edomite, this idiot, wakes up in the middle of the night crying, man. I mean, you gotta be bugged out to do stuff like that. At the end of the day, the Lord said that, unless unless you're willing to leave your father, your mother, your son, your life, you're not fit to follow the Lord. So, brothers ain't waking up in the middle of the night crying. You're supposed to be a soldier. You think, and even it just shows you how confused these Edomites are, because you have these Edomite soldiers who have PTSD, so they be waking up in the middle of the night. When you're in this truth, you're not supposed to really be in that spirit. You're supposed to be pretty much dead to the world. And the best type of soldier is somebody who doesn't have, children or family or a wife or kids, because they're fully committed to the battle, which is why the Lord said, unless you're willing to lose all those things, and unless you're willing to put them to the back burner and put him first, you're not fit for the kingdom. This is Proverbs 12. "Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. A good man obtaineth favour of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved." So when you're in the right, when you're in the right spirit, you're not gonna be condemned by the Lord. And she's condemned by the Lord, man. When you look at all these celebrities and the things that they're doing, the demons that they put on themselves to be successful, it's no wonder that she probably wakes up at 3 a.m. in the morning, crying and and pretty much being plagued by that demon that she put on herself for success. And why would you even be upset that your mum, who's probably 80, 90 years old, is dead? She lived her life, man. Through the scriptures, we understand reincarnation, so we understand that people don't really die. So, you're sad that you might not see the brother again, or your mother or whatever again in this lifetime, but you understand they're in a better place, man. They have peace. They're with the Lord. Why are you bugging out over that? But these people, because they don't have any knowledge or wisdom of life, these things trouble them, man. I'm gonna read this from the New International Version, or the New Living Translation, Proverbs 12 and 21. "No harm comes to the godly, but the wicked have their fill of trouble." And if people are bugging out over something small like that, can you imagine what happens when this thing reaches its apex? When there's no food, when there's no police, there's no security, there's no water. People are running down the road screaming, things are on fire, burning. If you're crying over something small like that, how are you gonna handle, in that day? The scriptures talk about, if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small, your faith is small, man. And these people have small faith, so they're not even able to bear the small things of this world, let alone the things that are to come. Isaiah 40 and 30. "Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and a young man shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." So through the scriptures, reading the scriptures, listen to the epistles, listen to lessons, listen to brothers. It's meant to renew your faith every day, man. you know. And I was watching a video earlier by a brother, and he was like, you know, really, you're supposed to be in the word every day, and if you're not in the word every day, there's something wrong. You know, if you're not doing a lesson every day, if you're not reading, if you're not watching the videos, watching what's going on in the world, there's something wrong with that, man. And that convicted me in the spirit. I'm like, damn, I need to do more. So when you're around other people of like mind, it puts you in a spirit of strength. You know, for you to be sitting there and crying, that means that all the other people around you are a bunch of weakos, man. And these Edomites don't know a damn thing. They don't have a clue what's going on. John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So through the word, we're supposed to have a certain level of peace to us, a certain level of calm. You know, you only start panicking when you don't know what awaits you. So she's looking at it like, well, when I die, we know what awaits us when we die. You know, whether or not you're wicked or not, you return to the Lord for your judgment. You know, what's to be afraid about that? If you do the best that you're supposed to do on earth, what more do you have to fear? And ultimately, we know all things are through the Lord. So it's like you know, you have that saying in the world, give up and let God, or something like that. Let up and let God. You're pretty much saying, you know, put your faith in the Lord and don't be fighting against the wind. These people are fighting against the wind, man. They're it's like you're you know, you dig a pit and the pit gets filled and you just keep digging a pit. It's like you're just fighting against nothing, man. You're fighting against the wind. And they don't understand this. They don't understand what's coming on the world. And when you don't know what's coming, you get filled with that fear and that terror. When you understand what's going on, when you have the knowledge of what's going on, you don't fear, because actually fear is what gives you peace. You know, the saying of this world is ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is not bliss, man. Knowledge is bliss, because when you understand what's coming, you prepare yourself mentally for it to be able to deal with it. When you're not prepared for something, you're not able to deal with it, because all that time when it's coming up, you've not prepared yourself for it. This is why a lot of the times, if Jake come into money, he don't really know how to deal with those riches, because he's not prepared his mind for it, because he thinks he's always going to be poor. You know, the brothers are constantly, you know, meditating on the riches of the kingdom. So when that comes and they've been, you know, watching and acknowledging what's going on, they're better prepared to be able to deal with these kind of things, man. These people don't have a clue, because they've not prepared and set their mind aright to be able to deal with the adversity and to understand what's going on. So they just bug out as soon as they have any little bit of trouble. Brothers be going through all sort of things, and because they understand that, you know, them coming into the faith, they have to prepare their soul for temptation, they're able to bear it. You know, I'm going to leave it on that, you know, without rambling on. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying. All praises to the Most High. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honest to the elders and apostles of Jeremiah who were well, and likewise elders. Shalom to the elect.